Hi everyone, Miss Cindy here with another book about oceans. This one's about a seahorse. It's called Mr. Seahorse. And in this story, the author, Eric Carle, talks about several different animals in the ocean who take care of their babies. But most of the time, animals have moms who take care of their babies. But in this case, it's not moms, it's dads. We're going to hear about some fish dads who take good care of their babies. Mr. Seahorse. Here are all the seahorses. Here we are, the mommy seahorse and the daddy seahorse. Mr. and Mrs. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. Mrs. Seahorse began to wiggle and twist this way and that. It's time for me to lay my eggs, she said. Oh, can I help? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, yes, thank you, said Mrs. Seahorse, and she laid her eggs into a pouch on Mr. Seahorse's belly. I'll take good care of our eggs, said Mr. Seahorse. I promise. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a group of trumpet fish hidden in a patch of reeds. This book has some very special pages. They're clear and with pictures on them, and when we turn them, we can see what's hiding. There they are, those 4 trumpet fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Stickleback? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, I'm delighted, said Mr. Stickleback. I just built a nest, and right away Mrs. Stickleback laid her eggs on it. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. Oh, keep up the good work, said Mr. Seahorse, and he swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he swam right past a lionfish hiding in the coral. Can you see it in there? It's hard to see because it's camouflaged. It's hiding in something that looks like him. Turn our special page and we can see, oh, there he is, Mr. Lionfish. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Tilapia? Asked Mr. Seahorse. But Mr. Tilapia couldn't answer. His mouth was full of eggs. Oh, I know, said Mr. Seahorse. Mrs. Tilapia laid her eggs, and now you're taking very good care of them until they hatch. Mr. Tilapia nodded. You must be very happy, said Mr. Seahorse, and he swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by several leaf fish hiding in the seaweed. Now, where are those leaf fish? They're hiding well. They must be the same color as the seaweed. Oh, there they are. There are 2 of them. 1, 2. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Curtis? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, perfectly fine, replied Mr. Curtis. Mrs. Curtis laid her eggs, and I have stuck them on my head. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. Oh, you're doing a good job, said Mr. Seahorse, and he swam away. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a stonefish hiding behind a rock. Oh, there he is. Same color as the rock, camouflaged well. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Pipe? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, I couldn't be better, said Mr. Pipe. Mrs. Pipe laid her eggs along my belly, and now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. Oh, you should be very proud of yourself, said Mr. Seahorse, and he swam on his way. Oh, but before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Bullhead? Said Mr. Seahorse. Tip-top, said Mr. Bullhead. Mrs. Bullhead laid her eggs, and the eggs hatched, and now I am babysitting. Oh, you're doing a fine job, said Mr. Seahorse, and he swam away. And the time had come for the seahorse babies to be born. Mr. Seahorse wiggled and twisted this way and that, and at last the babies tumbled out of Mr. Seahorse's pouch and swam away. One baby turned around and tried to come back into the pouch. "Oh, no," said Mr. Seahorse. "I love you, but you are ready to be on your own." And that is the end, and all the little seahorses swimming away. And this is the story of Mr. Seahorse and some of the other animal dads who take good care of their babies. Heck, I know your daddies take good care of you too. All right, I'll see you guys in a little while. Bye.